I'm Rosemary Lyons, and this is my work in the Hollows Member Show. This is called Cocktease, which is part of a series called Addendum ad nauseam, which means again and again until it makes you sick to your stomach. And it's words used to put women down since Shakespeare's time. And so there are actually 35 in this series. And this series came about because, as lots of you know, and if you don't, look up Bruce Adams' article about it, I was censored out of a show at Niagara University. And that started me on this whole thing. And there were 35 of those pieces that were supposed to be in that show. So there are 35 of these, and these are one for one. And lots of these words are, very few of them are even blue. This one and bitch, I guess, are the worst in terms of the social norms. But, you know, hag and needy and all those kinds of things that have been used to make women feel that they are less than. Now is a time, and it's a wonderful time to be an artist, to be a woman artist, to be able to say, this is what I'm about, and not have people go, oh, you can't do that because standards are just elite and you can't do it. So I found it's really nice. I love painting flowers, and talk about a really feminine way to do your work. And it's just something that appeals to me so much. I'm an avid gardener. All the images in this series and the last series are all from flowers in my garden, which I photograph and then paint. To say something about my technique, the paintings are on mat board, but I have to buy the really good stuff. And it's egg tempera, which is a medieval type of painting where you take your pigment, your powdered pigment, and you add water till you make a slurry, and then you break open an egg, hold the yolk in your hand, prick the yolk with something sharp, and then grab real quick for the membrane that goes around the yolk. Really complicated, but the way you can get these colors is just amazing. Your actual paint strokes quite often will show, but you get a very matte surface to the image. And I've always loved that. Catherine Koenig, who was the great Buffalo artist, she taught me how to do it. I adored that woman. And the other thing I learned, and this I learned from Bruce Kurland, is how to gold leaf. I said, oh, I really want to add gold to the series, but I don't know how to do it. And he said, it's easy, I'll show you. And it took him 15 minutes to show me how to do it. It was like, wow, that is so cool. Again, the use of gold in my work has to do with light. The idea that if someone is to find this work in 2,000 years, the egg tempera would probably be gone, but the gold will be there and still shining. Gold does not ever tarnish, and therefore it's used in a lot of religious ceremonies and medical and computers and in the space industry, all those kinds of things, because it's such a pure metal. And it melts at a low temperature, it's easy to work. Now the actual gold in here is 23 karat gold leaf. And it probably came from a tiny speck of gold that was just hammered and hammered and hammered and hammered and hammered. And then, so I put that on. Yeah, I do the painting of the flower first. Lots of people would do it the other way around and paint right directly on the gold leaf. I don't. I like that surface, the matte surface for the egg tempera. So I do the painting first, then I go around it with the gold leaf, which is really stressful, as you can well imagine. And then the words are embossed into the surface using a hammer and a nail. I have an old surgical hammer, a bone hammer, that I use because it's a little bit more lightweight and easy on my arm. But you have to really concentrate and hold that damn nail so you don't get a dot or you don't mess up your word. Each one of the words is done in a different calligraphy style. Again, that's one of my fortes. It's one of the things I've done for lots of years and use calligraphy to, show off the beauty of calligraphy, and also the idea of using text in art is that's really big for me. I've been using that since I was in grad school. So these words are embossed in the surface. Every frame of these pieces is different. In this series, almost all of them are either 5x7 or 5x7 or 4x6. So they're small, but I'm hoping they're pretty powerful. Someone said of my work that I use beauty to seduce people into thinking, which I hope is the case with this series. When I started this series, I had only done 9 of them, and one of them has already been shown in New York. And that one is a white orchid, again with the egg tempera, very exact painting. I use 20 zero brushes to do that work. And that one said, you know, with a beautiful painting, oh, it's golden, it's beautiful, but it says bitch up in the upper right corner. So that went to New York and made a real big hit there. So I have not yet shown the whole series together. Right now they're in my living room, crowded together on one wall. But I'm excited about the series, and hopefully be able to show more of them soon.